press record. We will adapt, we will overcome, and we will win. Welcome to your Scale Bootcamp. This will be a boot camp where we will be talking about this boot camp for many years to come. We will be referencing this boot camp as a catalyst to some of the shifts that take place in your businesses in particular, but also for purpose and life as a whole. And everything that we are going to go through in this boot camp are transferable skills that can also be brought forward in other areas of life. And it is an exciting time. I would believe that you are also a little bit on edge to say, what have I got myself into? And how bad is this going to be? How much out of my comfort zone will I be? And I'm not going to lie to you and say that you will not be pushed out of your comfort zone. But I tell you this, that you will not be the same after this boot camp. And we're going to go into, hopefully you have all seen your first AA, okay? Did you all see your first assignment? You have, I presume, all come to class with your assignments ready. And, you know, I'm introducing myself again to you all. My name is Nikki Sutherland, and some of you know me in different capacities and different facets, but here I am Sergeant Nikki. I am not your friend. I'm not your prayer warrior. I'm not your sister in Christ. I am not your bestie, the one that cracks jokes in your WhatsApp. I'm not the one that is going to massage your ego. I am Sergeant Nikki, whose number one job is to keep you focused and keep you on track for the promises that you have made to yourself and to God. And so I expect you to not really like me so much during this boot camp. I expect you to talk about me behind my back in this boot camp. I expect you all to have your conversations around how unfair the boot camp is. But here's the best thing, here's the greatest news that you will hear today, is that everything is working out for your good. It is all going to help you grow, stretch, develop into the person that God has designed for you to be. This is not Monday mindset. I'm not here to pump you up. Okay, this is not one of them motivational speeches type thing. This is going to be action. Someone type action in the chat. The standards here, you know, it's set higher. Hence why, you know, it is not a, you know, it's not a request for cameras to be on. This is a requisition. It is a requirement to be a part of this boot camp. Okay, as I said to you, I will be marking each and every one of you. Okay, and you will receive, hopefully you've all had a chance to look at your assignment checklists, and you've been able to see exactly how you're going to be assessed. And for each assignment that you receive, you will see how you'll be assessed. And so this is about you as a brand. It's about you as a business. It's about God using you to fulfill the purpose over his life. Now, the reward to that may not be monetary. The reward, you know, you may be a pastor on here, and the reward is for you to build leaders and to have more people coming to, you know, your church. Your reward may be, ultimately though, that means more tithes will come in, so you could still financially monitor that. Right? Your reward may be six-figure income. For those of you that are building businesses and expanding businesses, you may be here saying, look, I want to get to a solid 10,000 a month income, right? Your reward may be, I'm actually already there and I want to scale to multiple six figure income, to a seven-figure income. right? Whatever the reward is for the work you're going to put out, we are going to we're going to reverse engineer it, and we're going to say, okay, what's the income that you desire? All right. And then what's the work that's required to get to that income? Now, there's a reason why there was a limit on how many persons we're having in here. Because if you notice, I haven't put assistants in. I haven't put anybody. You're working directly with me. I am going to be looking at each and every one of your businesses with my own eyes. I'm not using my team, with my own eyes. And I will be looking at your business with a fine-tooth comb. And so there's only one of me, which means that I wouldn't able to open it to everybody, you know. But what I will say to you is I take this role very seriously. I will be giving you suggestions. I'm not giving you advice. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm showing you from my perspective what's worked for me. Whether you are looking at growing, as I said, a community, an individual business, a limited company, or getting into corporate, I have done all of those and I've done them very, very well, right? And I can tell you what has worked for me. One of the greatest things I can tell you is what doesn't work. I can show you what does not work, right? I can show you all of the things that when people are looking at buying, what turns them off. And one of the biggest things that turn people off that are buying is a lack of confidence. If somebody does not look confident with what it is that they're selling, it is straight away a turn off. Another turn off is if it's hard to get what it is that you're selling. So we're also going to look at how easy is it for me to buy from you. And so first test is coming up now, and you'll have 10 seconds to pass this test. First test is to drop your link inside the chat so I can buy something from you right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 people. No excuses. I've seen excuses already. I'm driving. This is not an excuse boot camp. I don't want to hear any excuses. I'm a customer looking to buy. I ain't got time for your excuses. Can you imagine you tell a customer who wants to buy, I'm driving? What's that going to say? What's that going to say to your customer? We're used to giving excuses. This is a no excuse boot camp. Customer don't want to hear excuse. Customer don't want to hear, I'm sorry, I can't deliver the product. Customer doesn't want to hear about all the things that's going on in your life. Customer not interested. Excuses is not going to get you the 6-figure income. Hello, someone. Excuses is not going to get us to the goal. Here's a question for you. Type in the chat, every single person, yes or no, if it is safe to do so. Because if you're driving, I don't want you to type in the chat. Okay. Do you give me permission to mentor you? Right? Because this is going to be a raw boot camp. As I said to you, it's not Pastor Nikki here. This is Nikki that's going to give it to you real and turn the mind. We got to turn the mind away from all things that do not produce the outcome in which we are desiring for this season in our life. Now, I'll tell you this, you're going to be so busy focused on doing what you need to do, there will be no time to worry about what anybody else thinks. That's the least of our worries in this boot camp. What other people are doing, what's in other people's business, who's launching over here. Your main focus and priority is what you are going to do and what you're going to launch, when you're going to launch it, who your target audience is, and how we're going to get it out there. And don't worry, Doesn't matter where you are in the stage, you may be thinking, oh my God, I think I've bitten off way more than I can chew. I'm just here. I'm just here. I don't have a link. Nikki, I don't have nothing. What are you doing to me? It's all right. Because guess what? We all start somewhere. But by the end of today, you will have a link. By the end of today, you will start to create. By the end of today, we are going to be taking it brick by brick. Hello, someone. Right? Are we still here? Are you still with me? Are we still ready? Right? Don't back out now. God convicted your spirit to make this decision because you were like, you know what? I need a shift. I need something else. But if I don't push myself, when am I going to do it? When am I going to take that executional excellence and that urgency, put it together and get the success that I know I've been craving? This is what it takes. It's going to take a mindset shift. It's going to take being a bit tough on yourself. It's going to take a no excuses attitude. It's going to take a focus. It's going to take a tenacity. It's going to take a boldness. It's going to take a look in the mirror moment and say, okay, it's time to go. So if you're down for it, even if you don't know how, what, when, why, which part you're going to go, but you know you're down for it, ready to grow, in the chat for me, and just put some 7s in the chat for me, right? Just type scale, right? Because it's scaling season. You're going to be stretched. You're going to feel the stretch. And I'm encouraged by that. I'm absolutely excited by it, if I'm honest. Very, very excited. Extra excited. So scale 2026. And I'm not asking you to write your stuff in the chat, but I do want you to write it down on paper so you know what it is and you know exactly what it is that you know you're going to do. We spoke yesterday about clarity, capability, and motivation, and this will be the standard for every time we assess what it is that we are doing. Okay, and just to recap, just in case some of you are unaware of our framework, okay, it's the first framework in which I'm going to give you here is our success triangle. And now the success triangle is very simple. Every single time we address whether or not we are successful at something, or where the success is coming from, is going to be from this success triangle. So, are we clear? Are we capable? Capable. And are we motivated? Every single time I assess the success or the lack of movement to any of the challenges, we're going to ask ourselves, are we clear? Are we capable? Are we motivated? So when we're talking about clarity, we're asking ourselves, do I know what I need to do? Am I absolutely clear on what I need to do? Am I absolutely clear on who I need to do it with? Right? Am I absolutely clear on what position I hold? Right? What am I selling? Am I clear on those things? Okay. And at any time you can take screenshots if it's faster for you. Okay. So am I clear? Do I have clarity? What do I need to do? Who do I need to do it with? What position do I hold? What am I selling? Okay. Someone's writing on the board. Just be mindful, please. Right? What am I selling? When am I selling it? Right? Capable. So if clarity is what, capable is the how. Okay. How do I find time? How do I find money? How do I find the skill? Do I even have the skill? Energy. Resources. Right? So if I'm supposed to do an Instagram live and I have no laptop, no device, no Wi-Fi, am I capable of doing that live? No. So I need to make sure that I'm fully capable to do the tasks that it is that I'm setting myself up for. How many of us have ever set ourselves up for failure because we're telling ourselves that this is what we need to do, but then we realize we actually don't have the energy to do it. We then realize we don't have the resources to do it, right? So we've got to make sure that if we are clear about what we need to do, we need to make sure that we give ourselves the best possible chance to make sure that we are fully capable to do the task at hand. And if we're not capable of doing it, we need to work on that. And we're going to talk about how we work on the capability aspect, right? And then motivation. Am I motivated? And I will have my individual motivators. And then I will have my social motivators. Okay. So my individual motivators are things like, I want to buy a house because I want to make sure my family have something nice to live in. I want to live in a nice area for my children with the right schools. I want to retire with house on the hill. I'm motivated to buy a car one day, or I'm motivated to quit my job, or these are individual motivators. Social motivators are things like this, the boot camp, something outside of your values, right? So if I said to you guys, first person to put their link in, I'm going to give you £500. That is a social motivator. I'm motivating you to do something, okay? And it's short term. Once that's done, that's over. Your individual motivators are normally long term. But your social motivators are things like a boss giving you a paycheck, a bonus at work, or a parking ticket is a social motivator. Once you've paid it, that's it. It's over. They push you to pay it quickly, right? So these are different types of motivators, and what we have to make sure that we have is we want a balance of individual motivators and social motivators. One of the biggest things that I've found is that we have a lot of individual motivators. I aspire to have a house one day, and I aspire to, but we don't have social motivators that track us every single day, that hold us accountable every single day. This boot camp will be a very, very loud social motivator in your life. And I know you're happy about that. I know you're so excited about that. I know that you are just over the moon that you finally have a real solid social motivator in your life that is going to stretch, expand, but never break you, but is going to keep you fully focused to get to that goal, which is success, right? And whatever success is for you, okay? So I want you to remember this every single time you do something well. Ask yourself, what about it was clear that helped me to do that? How capable was I? What did I do with the time, the money, the skill, the energy, the resources that I had available? And how motivated was I? What was the key motivating factors? Was it my own motivation? Or was it the social motivators? Was it having the camaraderie between us, having the accountability between us? What was some of the motivators that helped me to get there? If you think about when you were at your job and you got a promotion, sometimes a negative is also a motivator. Having those bills come through the door that may say, you know what, I'm done, right? There are things that come through our lives that allow us to be motivated, and some things allow us to be a little bit complacent, if I'm honest, right? I guarantee you, somebody who hasn't got a job right now, that has no money, will most of the time work harder than someone who is working a job and comfortable with a steady income. Yes or yes. Why? Because their social situation is pushing them to be that little bit more motivated. And what we want to do in life is we want to be able to put things in place that motivate us so that we don't wait until we're down and out before we move, but we have constant social and individual motivators continuing to push us. How many of us, put yes or yes, if you know you've ever got complacent when motivation has been out the window, where you don't feel motivated, most of the time you're the one motivating everyone, say no one motivating you. They will leave you and let you just, you have those people that will enable you. Oh yeah, take a rest. You deserve a break. Oh yeah, you don't need anyone to tell you you deserve a break. I'm sorry to say, you don't. I will not be telling you you need a break. You don't. This is going to be focused. We have 90 days together of focus. No breaks. No breaks. All right? Just to get that out in the open. Me no want hear nobody say them want break. There's no breaks. Sorry. There's no breaks. I'm not looking to hear anybody say that they would need a break, because we're not here to break. You didn't pay your money to break. You came here to have a breakthrough, not to take a break. Oh, that's a bar. Sorry. Okay, we're going to get focused. So this is the model that we're going to use. This is our base model. Now I'm going to show you one more model, and it's very, very important. And it's a diagnostic tool that's going to help us when you feel like you may be struggling, okay? Because I'm already preparing you so that you can almost test yourself and hold yourself in case of any time where you feel like, okay, this is getting a bit tough now. Okay, let's make it happen. All right, so we're going to move down to the next model here. This model, do we have anyone who work in the medical field here? It's called the medics model. Anyone in the medical field? Any doctors, nurses? All right, hopefully I'll do it justice. Okay, see if I can do a little something, something here. Okay, it's not too even, but we'll make it happen. Okay, so this is called the medics model, right? And I believe that those in the medical field use this. Forgive me that it's not 100% straight, but you get the drift. So we can make it a little bit more straight. There we go. So first thing we're going to have a look at here are the symptoms. Okay, symptoms. Let's spell that right. Good. Second thing here is diagnosis. Third thing here is treatment. Fourth thing here, follow up. Okay. Medics model. Okay. Don't like how this circle is. Okay. Smack bang in the middle. Bedside manner. Hopefully you can see that there. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to give you an analogy, and then we're going to look at it in terms of your growth. Okay, if you can avoid writing on screen, that'll be great. So you go to a doctor. Let's take Fallon. You go to a doctor and you say your elbow's hurting you, right? You got some pain in your elbow. And the symptoms of that is every time you bend your arm, it hurts. So the symptom is the pain, right? Now, this after you have the pain, you go to the doctor and you describe the symptoms. You've been getting a headache, your elbow's hurting, and you're listing out all these symptoms of the problem, right? The doctor will then give you some kind of diagnosis. Your arm's fractured, broken, it's swollen, it will heal by itself or whatever, right? And then you'll get a treatment for it, some creams and painkillers, whatever. Now, a good doctor will then follow up. So maybe a couple weeks later, come back in, let's check, let's make sure, blah, 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 right? Now, if you went to a doctor, let me pull up the chat box. If you went to a doctor and you went in, Fallon, and you said, look, I've got this funny pain in my elbow, and then the doctor doesn't ask you any questions, doesn't do any tests or x-ray. The doctor says, okay, got you. Goes on the computer, doesn't even look at you, goes on the computer and gives you cream for thrush. Are you going to trust that treatment? Everyone in the chat box is saying no. Is that because it doesn't align with the symptoms? Is that because he hasn't done a full diagnosis? He didn't even check? Why would we not really believe? Would we even take that treatment? Not a proper assessment. What if he gave you just a plaster? Didn't do an x-ray, didn't check your arm, didn't do anything, just a plaster. Boom, job done, plaster. Right? No. So let's talk about it. The symptoms. Put it at the side so we're clear. The symptoms is what is happening. What's happening? That's not what the problem is, but it's what's happening. Are you with me? It may be what's happening. I have no money at the end of the month, Nikki. I'm broke. I'm not able to pay my bills, Nikki. I'm feeling unfulfilled. I'm having nightmares. I keep dreaming of this purpose that I haven't put out there, and I'm waking up in cold sweats. What is happening? The diagnosis is why is it happening? Okay? Why is that thing happening? Is it that you fell over and hit your elbow, Fallon, and that's why it's happening? Is it that you're not following the gift that God called you? Why that symptom is happening? Is it poor stewardship? Is it fear? Is it a lack of knowledge? And guess what tool we use to diagnose? Someone tell me in the chat. What's the tool that we use? What are the questions we ask ourselves? The success triangle. Excellent. So at this part of the why it's happening, we are going back to this success triangle and we're asking ourselves all these questions. Are you guys with me? Are we still here? Right? So I'm saying what's happening. Then I'm going to ask myself why it's happening. And I'm going to use the diagnostic tool, which is the success triangle. Once I've discovered why, which is like my x-rays, I'm doing the tests, I'm asking myself the deep root questions. Why is this situation happening? Why don't I have the dream life that I desire? Why is it that I'm in the situation that I'm in? Why? Is it clarity? Is it that I don't know what to do and I don't know what to do to make things better? Is it capability that I'm not sure I have the skill set and I've got to practice, I've got to step out my comfort zone? I got to learn, I got to grow, I got to make time, I've got to find the resources? Or is it motivation that I kind of know what, but I just need that motivation? And I hope as I'm talking, you're writing things down and things are coming to you so that you can address it. This is not about you even sharing this with anyone else. This is about you versus you. Because when we do the next the next challenge, which we're going to start today with you all, there's going to be a battle. And some of the why things are happening is the way that we speak to ourselves. I'm not a public speaker. I can't talk in public. I can't say this. I'm not good at this. I've never done this before. And we keep saying I've never done this before and I'm new to this. And if we keep diagnosing ourselves with these false diagnoses, based on symptoms that we are misdiagnosing, we then give ourselves the wrong treatment. So we got to be really clear at this diagnosis stage so that we can give the right treatment. The right treatment may be clarity. Okay, let's do some training. The right treatment may be, okay, repetition. Let's do what you've been doing, but let's turn the heat up. The treatment may be, let's put some numbers to it and let me do 5 calls today, 10 calls tomorrow. Treatment may be, let me start that Instagram page that I've been running away from. The treatment may be, I'm going to put some actions into place. Okay. Now, the treatment is action. Fiona's like, oh, I know where this is going, Nikki. I can feel it. I felt the speech. I know where it's going. Oh, yes, it's going there, Fiona. It's going there, right? The treatment is action. What action do I need to take to get rid of these symptoms once and for all so that this diagnosis that I'm seeing that I'm not happy with can go? And then what we need to do is the follow-up. So follow-up is so important because if we've been doing actions for years that hasn't worked, why haven't we followed up to say, hey, look, this ain't working. I need to stop. So we're going to be reviewing this each week. What actions did you take last week? Did it work? Great. Let's do more. It didn't work. Okay. Do we need to look at the quality? Or do we need to change it altogether? Right? I'm going to give you one more model. Some of you who've worked with me before should know this, right? I'm going to give you one more because this is the follow-up now. Okay? This is how we're going to be assessing this. Just put yes, yes in the chat if you're still with me. Put no, no if you wish you didn't sign up. Good. I hope you're still with me. Excellent. Good. Right. You're gonna have to excuse me because I'm so authentic. I'm doing this live on the call instead of having slides, but I just think it's more exciting this way. All right. Boom. So how are we gonna follow up with ourselves? M B D L. Okay. More, better, different, less. All right. So what worked? It was really good. The quality was good. So we're going to keep doing more. Okay. This is the quantity. So we may discover that actually when you do something, you do it really well, you get results, but you just haven't been doing it enough. So we may have to up the ante, do some more. Better. Okay, this is the action that you need to take place, but you need to practice. You've got to get better at it. So maybe it could be getting better at public speaking, better at selling, better at talking about what you do. So we might have to work on things that you need to get better at. Okay. Different. Okay, this is what you've been doing. It hasn't been working. So maybe you have to do something different. Maybe you've been voice noting your customers when actually you need to do a video to them. So we look at different techniques to be able to switch it up, that something that needs to be done, but it may not have to be done in that style or in that way. We do something different. And then less. Something that you do that you actually don't need to do. Something that you're doing that doesn't even work, that you need to either stop or do less. Something that you're doing that could be distracting you away from what it is that you're doing that you may have to do less of. So I want you to get a piece of paper and draw this box: more, better, different, less. And as we go over the weeks, you're going to be adding things in there that you work on every week. We're going to be looking at, okay, what did you do this week that worked that you got to do more of? What do you need to get better at? What do you need to get different? What do you need to do different? What do you need to do that? This is going to be your working document. And at any given time, I can request for you to send this to me. And if it's empty, there will be consequences. It's a working document, people. Working document. All right. So this goes in your follow-up section. Okay. Everyone still with me? Okay. I'm going to just put it here so we all know. M, B, D, L. Clear on that? I'm going to bring it back down so you can take a picture, but you should have drawn it on your page so you have it. And that goes into your medics model. Okay. Now, next week, we are going to go through the treatment on the whole session. So I'm not going to give you the model that goes in the treatment. I'll do that with you guys next week. Okay. So you've got 3 models that fit inside the medics model. Are we all here? I know it's a little bit theoretical at the moment, but I'm praying it will make sense, because when we have a conversation, I'm going to be saying things to you like, well, Fiona, talk to me about the treatment that you've administered, and I expect you to understand, because you understand that treatment is the action, right? When if you come to me, Bev, and go, I didn't do the live, well, I'm going to go, well, why didn't you do the live? What part of the diagnosis is the reason why you didn't do the live? Because if I'm going to give a treatment for that, I need to know what the diagnosis is. Well, is it clarity, capability, or motivation? Because I'm not going to start at the beginning of the conversation, because we all know where we're playing at right now. Does that make sense? Right? This is the playing field now. This is where the rubber hits the road. Okay? We all excited? So the only model I haven't given you yet is the action model. I'll do that with you guys next week, okay? Because we have 12 potential actions that are required when it comes to administering the treatment effectively to be able to get the success that we desire, okay? So we will go through that, but I'm just conscious of time. We've just got over an hour left, so I want to make sure that we get done the homework. Okay, so just real quick, I am going to allow unmutes. I'll have a few of you unmute yourself just to say what you've discovered so far. If you are happy to share anything, and here's what we want to do as well. I don't want you to share what I've said. I want you to share what you've taken. Does that make sense? So, for example, I don't want you to say, well, I understand that the success triangle is clarity, capability, motivation. I understand that too, because I taught it. What I want to hear from you is actually, I've recognized that I've got to work on my capability, in particular areas of working on my skill. Does that make sense? So, anybody on the call who would like to unmute, just to maybe just 20 seconds, not too long, before we get into our main thing. I see Tantan's risen her hand. Go ahead and unmute. It should allow you to unmute yourself, Tantan.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sister.
Brilliant. Okay, so thank you so much, Nikki. There was so much insightful things, and a lot of the stuff that I do, it just hasn't been put into a framework before. And I think my biggest takeaway is the MBDL. I think that for me is going to be really, really strong because there's many things that I do really, really well. But actually, it would be really helpful for me to understand what is not working on a really granular level so that I can really hone in on doing what I need to do more, better. So for me, that is absolutely the biggest takeaway and what I will be implementing immediately. Thank you.
Top stuff, top stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Saluka and then Adina and then Sherry.
Evening, ladies. So my biggest takeaway is in regards to the success triangle with being clear of what I'm actually doing. I have a lot of ideas, but it's being able to compact it so it's clear so that when I am able to like sell it in regards to my community and so forth, people actually know what they're coming for. But not only that is that when people ask me questions, I can be like, yeah, no, it's this, it's that, instead of like thinking, oh my gosh, kind of thing. So that's what I've taken away from this.
Okay, clarity. Love that. Thank you, Saluka. Adina, you're up next.
My takeaway, thank you, Nikki. My takeaway is also the success triangle. I feel like I'm very clear on what I want to do. I know that I'm a singer with a story. I know what I hold, but it's the capability and the motivation that I struggle with. I feel like sometimes I feel like do I have the skills to do it? Do I have the time to do it? And I can have long-term motivations, but it's the short term that I lose track of. Once that's gone, I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So it's those two parts that I want to work on.
Gotcha. And we will work on some of those today, around the short-term goals and making sure that we know what we're doing daily as well.
Mhm.
So that will definitely help you. Thank you for sharing that. We had Sherry and then Simone. Audrey, it won't allow me to pin you. You'd have to turn your camera on. And then Alfia.
Hi, Nikki and everyone. I feel like it's a cross between the success triangle and the medics model. So it's more about my alignment and making sure that I can align myself clearly. I feel like I've got the capability, but just being clear at what I want to do. I've got the motivation, but understanding what the symptoms are and knowing what the diagnosis is. So just making sure that I'm aligning myself correctly with where I need to be and what I need to do.
Love that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Makes absolute sense. And we're going to go through that, Sherry. So thank you so much for sharing. Good to see you reach home safe as well. I think it was Simone, then Alfia next.
Hi everyone. My takeaway was the medics model. So I've never seen you break it down from like a business approach. So as you were going through it, I reflected on my symptom being short of time, my diagnosis is lack of stewardship, my treatment was needing to steward my activity and time better with high ticket clients. Yeah, and then I'm working on the more better do have for the follow-up.
Yes, love that. Thank you, Simone. Did I do it justice, the medics model? Did it
Yeah, loved it. I've never had it broken down from a business approach. It was so unique. It was very, yeah, I loved it.
Thank you, thank you. It's coming from those in the medical field. I feel proud. Thank you for that, Simone. I think it was Alfia next and Audrey. If I'm not sure if Audrey's still here.
Okay, I think it was Audrey, but I'll go. Evening, everyone. Evening, Sergeant. So for me, I think just really just reflecting on where I am, also where I've kind of like been and what I keep tripping up on. I definitely think it's a success model, and I think it's actually the clear stage. I think I just get so overwhelmed because I've got so many ideas and so many different directions. I think even just doing even the homework, I realize that, I'm going in one direction, then it's going somewhere else. And so it's just getting that clarity right at the beginning. I think the other areas, I think I jump to those because I'm more comfortable with those areas. But it's the clear, and then if I'm not clear, then everybody else is very unclear as well. And so for me, then I also then jump to the more better, different, less model as well, and just realize that I need to be better at that clear stage. So that's my takeaways.
Absolutely love that. Thank you, Alfia. Thank you for sharing. And we will definitely be working on clarity today. So love the fact that you brought that up. So thank you. Audrey, are you still there?
Yes, thank you. Evening, ladies. Thank you so much, Nikki. I took from the first model. Basically, I feel like my clarity is not that great. I feel like I need to sort of work on that. And also, I like what you said about people won't buy from someone who's not confident. I think that's a very big area that I need to work on. So clarity and confidence for me is big, and obviously build on that. So I've still got a bit of a journey to go. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. And we're definitely going to work on that. Thank you. I see Fallon's got her hand up. We have literally about a minute and then we're going to kick off into our exercise. Fallon, if you're able to.
Yes, hey everyone. Thank you so much, Nikki. Yeah, I was really thinking about it, and I think for me it's the more, better, different, less model because I think for me I need to work on my self-talk. So I always think I'm underqualified or I'm not good enough. I can't do it. But with that model, it allows me to see what I'm actually currently doing that's working pretty well and that I can do more of. And then as well, maybe something that I'm doing too much of that's not necessarily working. So yes, I really like that model because it will give me that confirmation that actually I am qualified for this.
Perfect.
So yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
we are qualified. And so I'm looking forward to seeing your growth as well. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for those of you that have shared so far. And it's good to hear your perspective on those models that we've just gone through. Hopefully, you've also written down in your notes areas that you believe that you want to do more, better, different, less, and convert that into that framework as well. But I'd also tell you that the question was a little bit of a trick because it wasn't necessarily that I was listening to. I wanted to hear your confidence in how you articulated yourself and exactly how you position yourself when you actually speak in front of other people that potentially could be your target audience. And so it will be interesting for everyone on this call, based on who you heard speak, which one would you buy from? Who's remembered? Which one of those individuals do you think you would buy from based on just the snippet of what you heard? And you will all have 10 seconds to put a name in, or you will lose a mark on your assignments. Okay, now this is very important because part of your assignment is also giving feedback. Audrey, you failed because you only put 2 names instead of 1. And so I'd love it if you can put 1 name for me so that we can be fair. Audrey says, oh dear. Yes, this is boot camp where every instruction is key. All right. Thank you for your answers there. It's absolutely amazing and very interesting to see your perspective on how persons come across. So I'm just going to give you an example of if that question was asked to me. And the reason why I'm saying this to you all is because every opportunity you have to speak in front of persons, you are a representative of your brand. Every time. Doesn't matter if you're at the doctor's surgery, doesn't matter if you're on a Zoom, coaching Zoom, it doesn't matter where you are. It's about positioning and articulating yourself in a way that you are A, remembered, B, that you connect with your audience, and also at the same time that you come across as genuine, and also a friendly person. You are someone who is professional at making friends. This is the new frame of mind. People buy from people they like, not from people that they don't like or they don't remember. So how will you be remembered in every conversation that you have? Thank you so much, Nikki, for explaining those models. I've written down so many notes, especially being a coach myself. One of the things I've found is that in the model that spoke about the capability side, I found I'd always overspent time with my clients, despite them having massive results. I've found that the capability side was spending so much time with those clients. And one of the things that I'm going to be personally taking away, because my goal this year is to scale to 100,000 a month, is to take the information that you're giving me and to really make sure that I put my time in place. And I'm really looking forward to hearing the treatments that you're going to be sharing next week, because it's one of my goals is to make sure that I implement that, especially. So it's just been great to be here so far. I'm taking so many notes. Thank you so much. And at the same time, guess what I'm doing? I'm doing a boomerang and I'm tagging her in on her Instagram page, because I know that this woman has so many followers, it's going to help me gain followers as well. Can you see how I'm still being honorable? I'm still being respectful. I'm not taking the limelight. But there's some subtle things in the statement that I said. I didn't overspeak, I didn't overshare, but people on the call will know what I do. They will hear some of my results, and I will be able to inject a little bit of my personality whilst I'm still honoring the host and honoring what's happening there, right? Are you guys with me? Are we with me? Are we together on this? Okay. So every single time we open our mouth, and notice I didn't go, hi, I'm Nikki, I run retreats. I didn't introduce myself in a way that was quite formal. I slipped it into the conversation in natural sentences, because you don't want to sound like you're here to sell yourself. You don't want to sound like you're here to take over the person's Zoom, but it's about having subtle sentences. And this is things that we're going to practice over the time that we're here together over these 90 days, on how you inject what you do. Adina, you touched on it, but here's what happened was you then told your audience, I lack all clarity. Like, yo, I know what I'm doing. I'm singing a story, but I lack the consistency. So guess what? You even de-edified yourself in the statement, but you were kind of the closest in that sense, right? But it's also being mindful that yes, we're all here to grow, but you also are speaking in front of persons that potentially may be a customer as well. Amen, somebody? Are we here? Okay, so let me just make sure we are prepared and ready. I'm going to give you a few moments if you need to get yourself your pens, your papers, whatever it is that you'll need for the task. I'll give you a few moments to do that. I'm also going to share with you a little bit of a secret. And one of the secrets is this, persons that get a little bit more time with me get that little bit more, what can I say? When I've got more time, I have more time to break things down. I'm a talker as it is naturally, right? And so I'm always giving value all the time. But as we're in an intimate space together, and as you have all decided that you are going to scale this year, it means that we have that little bit more time. It's very different from the Monday mindset calls and the master classes, but we now have some intimate time together. And what that means is I can really break out what some of the things that I've been teaching in an even more granular way. So some of the things you may have heard on a high level. So for example, scale. You've heard scale on a high level, and you've heard me, share with, the community around scale. But actually, when we break down scale, scale yes, we were talking about structure and strategy, etc. But then we break it down a little bit more. And I'm going to break down at the end of this session what scale means tangibly for you. Because on the Monday Mindset call, we spoke about it being strategy and, structure, right? But now we're going to break it down even more and really go deeper into what scale really means for you all tangibly and really granular so you can take that forward onto the week. Okay, so we'll do the speeches, and I'll get my timer ready. I've got that here, but then I'm going to give you guys the the scale for what it means for us here in the boot camp, and also how it's going to help you when it comes to putting your purpose out there, and also the businesses, etc., that you'll be doing. Okay, so just to give you a bit of structure, you're always going to be coming to class with an assignment. That's just standard. And this assignment today, you have been tasked to create a clear and structured speech. And when you come onto the spotlight, whatever, you're going to share which one of the scenarios you've picked. And then I will set the timer and you will then go into your speech. So just a reminder, your speech should be telling us who you serve, what problem you solve, the outcomes that you help to create, why your solution matters, and the action that you're asking people to take. I'm going to be assessing you for, of course, clarity, the confidence side, the structure of your speech, and also the call to action. Okay. And then I'll tell you what we're going to do with that speech going forward. All right. So I'm very excited about this. I will be obviously doing multiple things at once, because I'll have the frameworks up. I'll also got the timer here. But just because I may not be like looking, please, I'm all over the place. I'm like Cyclops. I got eyes everywhere and ears everywhere. So please do not feel distracted, not offended, if you see me looking away, just simply because I am, of course, marking you. All right. So with that being said, who wants to go first? Come on, Tantan. There we go. All right. So we have Tantan, then Adina, then Simone. And we got Tantan, Adina, Simone, Jackie, H, Sherry, Fallon. Remember who you're after, right? Barbara. And then we got Simone McCarthy after Barbara. Simone McCarthy. Then Saluka. Then Natalie. Then Althea. Then Andrea. And stop there, and then we'll do the rest after, because otherwise it's going to be havoc. Okay, so we'll kick off there. Tantan, you are first, so I am going to spotlight you just because I can.
Hello, why not go first? Right, so I've gone for scenario one. So let's dive into it. You haven't started the timer yet.
I'll tell you when I've. Am I on mute? I can't even see. You see, multitask. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll tell you when I am. You're going scenario one, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, just bear with me. Am I sharing screen, people, or can you see Tantan?
Look, she got hot all of a sudden.
We can see Tantan.
Tantan.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, let me just hold on. I'm just pulling up me old. I've got a bag of things everywhere, man. Can you tell I wanted to be a teacher when I was younger? Oh, right, hold on. Let me go into the old AA, and hopefully you all like look at your AAs, because that one could pop up at any given time. All right, Tantan. I said, what did I say? 4 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, let me just get the timer up. All right, your 4 minutes start now.
I am the mercenary for growth. For years, I was the person that multinationals and startups called when their sales flatlined. My job was simple. It was to walk into these environments, build a strategy, kick down doors, and close the deal. I remember one of the companies that I was working for, Absolutely Magazines. In my first 48 hours, I picked up the phone and I banked 78K for one single magazine issue. That was more than 13 other staff members had banked combined. 2 weeks later, I was made commercial director. I tell you this not to brag, but to prove a point. I know how to ask for the money. I'm Tanya, and I'm the founder of Busty Bootcamp, the creator of the Be Confidence Academy, and the architect behind Power GR. And I'm here because I see too many brilliant women failing, not because they lack talent, but because they lack the ask. I look at female founders in my community, in the various cohorts that I'm aligned with, and I see a pattern. Too many are obsessing over pretty. They're tweaking logos, perfecting websites. When I launched Busty Boob Tape, it wasn't pretty. I had to rebrand it later. But you know what? It sold. Too many people are focusing on aesthetics because they're terrified of the sales. People are undercharging. Why? They're hoping that customers will just find them so you don't have to be pushy. And I admit, I even hit a ceiling. I knew how to sell a product, I knew how to brand a product, but I didn't know how to sell a business. When it came to scaling Busty Boutique, I hit a wall. I couldn't access finance. I didn't understand the legalities of funding. I needed a mentor to open the doors to capital, and the room was silent. I realized I needed two things to succeed. We needed the audacity to sell and the access to scale. Okay, to fix this, I've built a two-part solution. First, we fix the revenue with the Be Confident Sales Academy. We take you from concept to cash flow. I take those corporate tools, the ones that I use to bank 78K in 2 days and millions of pounds amongst corporate startups, and I give them to you. I teach you how to build a pipeline. I teach you the psychology behind the close. I teach you how to ask for the sale without apology. We stop playing hobbies and we start building profit. Secondly, we fix your scale. With Power GR is an ecosystem where lifestyle meets capital. It is the mentor that I never had. It houses Lipstick Media Magazine for visibility and our investor summits for funding. Power GR handles the introductions, the legalities, and the stage. We bring the investors to you. But today, the choice is yours. If you're stuck in pretty mode and your business isn't making money, join the Be Confident Sales Academy. Let me teach you how to build that pipeline that pays you. If you're generating revenue and you're ready for the big lead, apply for the Power GR Investor Summit in 6 weeks' time. We'll be filling the room with investors who are waiting for the deal flow. I have built the strategy. I have built the stage. Stop waiting for permission. Step up and ask for the sales. I am Tanya. Let's get to work.
Whoop, whoop. Yes, go girl. And that was 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's
Not
go.
bad.
Give it up for Tantan. Give it up for Tantan. I'm seeing the yays inside the chat box. So, Tantan, what do you think went well with your speech?
I worked so hard on it. I worked so hard on it. I think I got the message across. I think there was clarity in what I was offering. I did really try to bridge the companies together and provide the different solutions for wherever entrepreneurial women are in their businesses. I think it felt a bit, even though I had prompts, it felt a bit too scripted for me. So, and that I know that does come with practice and doing it a bit more. So I think that for me is a bit of an Achilles heel, because if I'm selling in front of corporates, last thing I do is like I absolutely hate to sound scripted. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the clarity. I'm hoping that came across well. Yeah, I tried to tell a bit of a story to kind of validate why you should listen to me with the 78k deal. There's a million other ones that I could have done. So maybe I could have chose a bigger one or a better one, but I thought that was quite a nice one. Yeah, I was happy with it. I just feel like it was quite a lot more scripted than I would have liked.
Okay, cool. And I'm gonna ask one person from the audience to tell me what they liked about Tantan's speech. And part of your assignment as well is feedback. So every single person, in order to get the mark, will need to give a feedback at some point. So just letting you know this. And also one thing that you feel that she could have done to make it better. And you can just unmute and speak.
By the way, I'll still love you if you give me brutal feedback. Like, I actually just need it. Like, give it to me. I don't care.
Hey,
I'll still be
Tantan.
a friend.
This is Sherry. Hey, Tantan, this is Sherry. Hi. I felt that it flowed quite well. You was quite consistent. There wasn't like much ums and ahs and stuff like that. So, you were really kind of clear. So you had clarity. And something that I felt that you could have done better, maybe make it sound a little bit more I don't know, personal, maybe, just so that it felt like it was not just figures and stats but more, yeah, if that makes sense, if I'm kind of clear. Yeah.
Yeah, like a bit more of my
A bit
personality
more
coming
of
through.
your personality coming out. Yeah, yeah, basically.
Thank you for that, Sherry.
Thank you.
So if we have a look at the categories that we're looking at, so opening impact, loved you came out the blocks with a bang. You were like, that 78k story came and hit me so quick. I was like, okay, girl, we're talking. I like big numbers, so big numbers get attention. And that was a very clever story to put in that would get a reaction. And as you said, it brings forward the credibility aspect, right? Of whether someone wants to buy from someone, credibility is very key. And opening with that impact, it was powerful. You come across confident, you look the part as well. You look like somebody that is cute, but also about her money. So sometimes people can look cute, but more like I want to chat her up kind of cute. You don't bring off that. You are very much like, okay, this girl's a boss. Like if I didn't know you outside from just seeing and hearing you talk, I would buy from you. Like you come across like a boss. Do you see what I'm saying? You are a boss. And sometimes what we are isn't always what we come across, but you do come across as a boss. Red lipstick, power, love that. I loved your body language as well. It wasn't like hiding. You were talking, and despite, I know obviously you're looking at your script, but even with that, your hands, you did have glances looking away as well, because that just adds to the confidence part of it as well. I think you didn't say your name at the beginning. I was just like, bro, I want to know who she is. Like I don't remember hearing your name. I don't know if you did say it at some point, in the middle, maybe. And we don't have to say our name at the beginning, and saying your name at the beginning is not important. But I just feel like I didn't know who you. I think similarly to Sherry, it didn't feel personal enough. I didn't feel like I knew a bit about you. But again, then sometimes, especially with content, people don't need to know who you are. They need the impact. But it is sometimes, I don't know. That's not even part of your, your assessment. But I want to know. I want to know how to find you, and I think your call to action was strong. But because I was looking at it as if I don't know you. Do you know what I mean? So if I don't know you, I remember hearing be confident, but would I remember how to find you? So maybe I don't know. I'll come back with how we can just fix that. But I think for the very first one, how you your delivery, your presence, banging. Loved. I actually would have liked a different varying of tone. I felt like you had the same sort of tone throughout. I would have. I know Tantan, and so it didn't. You Tantan. I would have liked different voices. Like I would have liked the Tantan that comes out like, "Hey, listen!" Like, but then at the same time, I'm a corporate, and I didn't see
Yeah,
the Tantan
yeah,
personality kind of thing. But if I didn't know you, I wouldn't know that, and so it was still fine, if that makes sense. But
yeah,
I'm always just thinking, how do I stand out above the rest? And your personality is what makes you stand out aside from the rest. So finding ways to inject that and not assume that, oh, because it might be corporate, I can't fully go wild as the yabba dabba do tantan, if that makes sense. Because your personality is that. Do you get what I mean? So
yeah,
but that doesn't take away from your delivery. It's just style, it's just preference. But
yeah,
yeah, overall, fantastic. Like well done.
yeah.
Amazing.
There's a few points that I'd like to just add to that, just so that we can discuss it later.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you're going to move on. So there's a few points in that. One of the hardest things for me, I'm two different people in business. If I go into and I'm closing big deals, I am that Tantan. Do you know what I mean? They will never see the yabba dabba do Tantan in corporate unless they're in my little circle. And obviously now with my
So
own
stop there.
businesses,
The question is why?
because I've never
And
needed it.
no, no,
The people
no, no,
who I've dealt with,
yeah, yeah. I don't want you to tell me the answer, because the answer might be fine. You don't need to have that tantan out in the boardroom. Me knowing the world that we're in now with the
I
social
need it.
media and how corporate companies are buying now,
Yeah,
very different. Like I'm seeing, I don't know if you guys have seen that advert. One of the top banks have got like this fat guy going, "Hey, blah, 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 blah." Like you wouldn't have seen that 30 years ago. But how
yeah,
things are going viral now, like there's an advert on Amazon. Is it Amazon Movies or whatever it is we were watching the other day? And it was diarrhea medicine, and they were slapping their
yeah.
bum. Have you guys seen it? I've never. Is that
Seen it.
diarrhea?
Awful.
But it's like the way that things are happening now, corporate isn't corporate anymore. And it's just
Yeah.
making, like, for me, I'm Nikki everywhere. Do you get it? Like I am, you're gonna get the wild girl in different facets. Obviously, you're not gonna go all the way crazy, do you know what I mean? But it was
Mm.
just a thing for me that what makes, especially for social media and stuff like that, that grabs attention, your personality is the biggest thing before they
Yeah.
know all of the quirky stuff. And sorry, before they know all the things that you do, they're going to see the quirky version of you first. And that, I believe, I don't want you to push it aside and not recognize that that can actually open doors for you.
No, 100%. I think with the businesses that I have, I'm now in that season. So it's
Okay.
actually working on that. But thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Love that, love that, love that. Well done, Tantan. Who was next? Go ahead and unmute for me. Let me know which one you've chosen.
Hello, Nikki. Hello, ladies. It was me, Adina, and I have chosen scenario 5.
Okay, just bear with me. Okay, and your time starts now.
My name is Adina Benjamin, and I am a singer with a story. I use my voice, my journey, and my mental health expertise to bring a voice to the voiceless, helping women globally to heal, rebuild, and rise into their God-given purpose. I sing and speak around stages around the world, but there was a time where I lived my life in silence. I struggled to speak my truth. I absolutely hated conflict and I lived in fear. Fear of other people's opinions, fear of disappointing others. I lived in so much fear because that's what I saw from my parents. I came from a family where I'm the youngest of 4 siblings. I'm the only girl. So it was kind of like speak only when you're spoken to and be the yes girl to make sure everyone else is good. This is kind of what I saw from my mum. And she was always the perfect person. She was giving everything to everyone else, making sure everything was done and everything was perfect, but at a detriment to her own health. When I lost my mum to a stroke and high blood pressure, I was only 19 years old, and I didn't know how to process the grief or the trauma from that loss. I ended up spiraling into being that yes girl and the person doing everything for everyone else, which in turn only silenced my voice. This made me more depressed, more kind of anxious, and I felt like I was functioning on the outside, but inside I was crumbling and moving further and further away from my identity. I was functionally depressed. It got to the point where I didn't even want to live anymore. I didn't want to be here. Can you imagine that? Being a mental health nurse, but struggling with suicidal thoughts. I felt like I should know how to deal with this stuff. Music was the one thing that saved me. It's what God used to save my life. When I prayed to God and I asked Him to take my life, He actually instructed me to use the gift that I have to help me to heal. In my darkest moments, I wrote songs. And my turning point was actually at a rebuild retreat where Nikki encouraged me to open my mouth and I sang, and the truth of his gift truly came to life. I'm now sharing my music across the world, sharing stages with artists such as Sierra, DJ AG, and I'm speaking in places such as Kenya, Tanzania, and I'm doing events from weddings to corporate spaces. I've even had an Instagram reel that has healed and touched 13 million people's lives across the world. My music and my message and ministry speaks to anyone navigating anxiety, trauma, or depression, or anyone on a growth journey. I offer hope, healing, joy, and restoration to those who connect with it. I am truly on a mission to stop suicide. If this message speaks to you, I share music, tools, and real conversations inspired by my own journey that help people to find joy, find their voice, heal, and walk confidently in their purpose. You can follow me on social media at Adina Benjamin. And for bookings or collaborations, my email is bookings@adinabenjamin.co.uk. I'd love to partner with you. I'm going to post the links in the chat just so that you have them as well. Thank you very much for listening. I'd love to partner with you all.
Bang on time, 4 minutes. Let's go. Give it up for Adina Benjamin, the singer with a story. So, Adina, tell me, what do you think? What do you think went well with what you said, and any areas that you feel like you need to develop on? Bang on time as well. Well done.
Thank you. I think what went well is that I spoke my reality and I spoke my truth. As much as I prepared for this speech, it is my journey, and I felt like it came through in the story. I'm very proud that I shared how to connect with me and I shared my links so that people can stay in contact with me. One of the things that I think I could do better is standing in more confidence and owning the things that I've done even more without saying and kind of that I did feel like I delayed on certain parts, but otherwise I felt like it was good.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Do I have one person who can give some
Give
what
Nikki.
went well and anything she could do better? Simone, go for it.
Yeah, I loved it, Adina. I loved your story. You tell your story, yeah, like immaculately. You draw people in. It's so engaging, and there is so much in there that people can relate to. I was thinking as I was putting my hand up to give feedback, I will struggle to think of like an area of development for you because you did so well with everything that, you know, Nikki had said needs to be added. So maybe I would just say as an observer, it would have been nice maybe to hear when your next event is, like a date, and then it would be something I could put in my diary, because I would want to know, oh, where can I find her, like in the physical aspect.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Simone. Thank you so much. So first things first, Adina, you opened powerfully. And what I love about your body language is your smile. It's so warm, you know, and genuine. I did a post earlier today about, you know, just fake Instagram stories and reels, and how, you know, people can sniff fake. And you don't know how to be fake. You are so genuine. It comes through. It comes through. And that is, it's beautiful. But as well as your genuine spirit and heart, of course, you know, your story is a powerful story, and you've learnt the art of how to tell it beautifully. You can tell it in 60 seconds, you can tell it in 4 minutes, you can tell it in an hour. You have learnt the art of telling your story. And you've used some very powerful words like, you know, I hated conflict, I lived in fear, some things I got from my parents, I lost my mum at 19, I began, you know, to be a yes girl, functioning on the outside but inside crumbling, the comparisons. I mean, it was beautifully shared. And then you had a crushing question to your audience, which I would have leaned in a bit more. And it's like, can you imagine? You said a mental health nurse that didn't want to live anymore. It would have been just something as simple as just shifting your shoulders and just bringing that intensity in just that little bit more. That question was so powerful. Can you imagine a mental health nurse who didn't want to be here anymore? And it just one lean in and a straight bang down the middle of that camera. I'm in. I mean, I was already in. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think everyone on the call will understand when we say, like, you know how to tell your story. What I found beautiful, because I know we've worked together for many years now, is the transition between you telling your story, which you're comfortable with, to actually going down a road of now selling. And you transitioned beautifully. It popped. You then said, now, you know, music is the one thing that saved my life. So that was the transitioning sentence that then said, and I wrote songs in my darkest moments. And that sentence then says, and now, anyone who needs it, I now provide the music, the tools, real conversation where you can walk confidently, media bookings, collaboration. Here's my Instagram, here's my email, here's the contact. And it was a good balance between how long you're telling the story for, to also the contact at the end, right? So the balance of it was not majority sales, it was majority story with the sell sort of at the end, but it didn't feel like you just stuck it on at the end. It flowed, right? What would stop somebody buying is the clarity of what I'm going to get when I come to you. So you put real conversations about what? Like, are you a therapist? Am I going to come to you? You're going to sing my troubles away? Like, what is the deal? Do you get it? So it was great, but now tell me what I'm going to get. That's the clarity piece.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So you were suggesting it was capability, but it wasn't. I still don't know what I'm going to get. Beautiful story.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do for me? Are you going to sing to me a lullaby at my bedtime? Like, what am I going to get? So I would want to hear, so Simone touched on it a bit, is I would want to hear, I'm running a session for persons who want to sing on the 12th of March, where we are going to write songs together. to overcome your trauma. Now
Yeah.
it's clear. And it doesn't matter if you can sing or not, because you're coming on that thing. Do you get it? Because I want to put down we're going to we could do poems. We could sing. But it's a workshop. I need it to be clear that what are you offering me?
Yeah.
What is the specific thing? Because it's fluffy still.
Yeah.
Like I up to the point, I wrote songs in my darkest moments. So you said anyone needing it. What is the it? Anyone needing it? Anyone needing it? Are we gonna? Do you get what I mean? So let's break it down clearly, right? Or it could have been something like, if you have a wedding, a funeral, a whatever coming up, let me come and bring that emotional vibe through my voice at your plate. Like you need to tell me what the product is. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So whether it be me singing at your wedding, or a personalized song at your auntie's funeral, or do you get what I mean? Like I'll need to know, bang, tell me what that, because I'm already in now. And what you have, and what I would have said to you if I didn't know you, but I know you have it, is you'll have a lot of emotional people just drawing to your page, and ain't none of them buying because you ain't told them what you're selling.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Excellent job though. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Well done.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Thank you.
ladies.
Thank you. Who's next? Unmute.
I was next, Nikki.
Go for it, Simone. What scenario did you pick?
Scenario 3. Disclaimer: my name is not in it. As we're going along, I'm picking up the feedback.
No excuses, please, 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 please. So scenario 3, yeah.
Scenario 3, yeah.
Scenario 3. Just bear with me a moment. So
I added my name at the end, but I'm not going to say it in the speech today because it wasn't there until you gave the feedback.
Okay, launching a signature coaching or high ticket program. Okay, your 3 minutes starts now.
Okay. As the author of What Mummy Didn't Do and psychotherapist since 2016, I promise to uncover your needs you don't see. I promise to reveal your hidden parts that you're unaware are influencing your decisions. Because the trauma your mother didn't heal from, she passed on to you. I'm speaking to the one who tells themselves, I don't need therapy. That's your wound. Talking from that place where you learn you don't ask for help and that you need to struggle alone in life. I'm talking to the one who tells themselves, I can't afford to pay for therapy. That's your wound. Talking from the place where you learn you don't spend money on healthy self-care, but you'll spend money on unhealthy coping strategies that keep you stuck and don't help you grow because it's comfortable there. Many don't even know that, 1, their fear of displeasing, 2, their lack of boundaries, 3, their fear of abandonment, 4, their chronic self-criticism, 5, their inability to self-soothe, 6, their lack of self-trust are all signs of a mother wound. All signs of a lack of self-worth and distorted sense of safety. I support you from the root cause to unlearn this lack of self-worth and distorted sense of safety that's led to your maladaptive behaviours, the people pleaser in you linked to your lack of boundaries, the perfectionist in you linked to your struggle with procrastination, all forms of self-sabotage. If you know that feeling of frustration or disappointment well, stemming from this pattern of consistently misrepresenting yourself, then it's time to talk. With my support, you can transform to a newfound confidence, leading from worth where you learn to set healthy boundaries and you please yourself, free from guilt. With my support, you'll transition to a newfound boldness where you know your value and you show up unapologetically free from self-sabotage. I am a living example as a trauma survivor, supporting clients to heal and grow from their adverse childhood experiences. I know that until you heal from these wounds, you will not reach your full potential. So, book your quarter therapy bundle with me today, and not only will you receive 12 sessions with a 20% discount applied, you'll discover and embody the change you need to break free from the hidden trauma before spring 2026. You owe it to yourself. Give yourself what you need. I'm here to help.
Well, 3 minutes 24. Let's go. Let's go. Go, Simone. All right. All right. All right. Sim, tell me, what do you think went well? What do you think you could have done to make it better? Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Go, girl.
So at the end, I just need to add talk@simonestephen.com, because although I mentioned my book at the start and I thought, oh, they could just Google my book, I haven't said easily how they can find me and contact.
Wait, let's start again. Tell me what you think you did well with.
So I think I spoke to the you. I was, making it personal to people so that they can relate with what they could identify themselves in the speech.
Okay. Anything else you feel like you did well?
I think I spoke to pain points, because that was something I was picking up on, pain points, and I said also my credibility in terms of been a psychotherapist for 10 years.
Yeah.
Look on it.
Okay.
Just thinking about what I was drawing out of the piece that you gave. I said who it's for. So I had given thought to what I hear often, people saying that they don't need therapy or that they can't pay for it.
Yes. Okay, cool. Any areas that you think, I know other than you said you mentioned your handle at the end, but any areas you think you could have done to make it better?
Yeah, I didn't even tell them my email to book the bundle. So I needed to do that. I also wasn't sure. I was going to ask you, I'm not sure if I should be putting the price in the speech or not, or wait until they make contact.
Yeah, no, you don't want your price in there because prices can change. So that was fine. It can be in there dependent on if it's a product that never changes its price, but most products do change price. So I would usually not put a price in it because then you can repurpose the content. But for me, you did very well. You very clearly spoken. You come across a professional. And let me just go to my notes so I can say what I put on here. You knew your stuff in the sense where you were almost diagnosing somebody with specific things. Like one point you went, the people pleasing stuff that you're doing, the perfectionism are all forms of your self-sabotage. And I think that was quite personal to people who do that, because they would have heard that and been like, rah, like you were actually diagnosing people in a sense, and who would have felt it, you know.
Yeah.
And you said it was forms of self-sabotage. How long are you going to consistently misrepresent yourself? I think that was a powerful line as well. And also the transition now to what you had to offer. So when you work with me, you're going to learn to set healthy boundaries. You're going to find a new boldness and know your values, free from self-sabotage. And then you gave yourself as a trauma survivor as an example. Now, just me knowing you, some of the things I feel would have made it even better. You started with as the author of, and you mentioned your book. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of a social media post I've scrolled because now I think the content is all about your book. I would have started with the third line that you said, which was the trauma that your mother didn't heal from, she's passed that on to you. That
Okay.
now slaps me in the face because I want to hear more. Do you see it? So
Yeah.
those lines before, potentially you could have lost some people. But if
Yeah.
you start with the smasher, the trauma your mother didn't heal from, she's passed that on to you. You consistently don't ask for help. You need to you feel like you need to struggle in life. You're the type of person that says, I don't pay for counseling, but you have all the signs of a mother wound and a distorted sense of safety.
Mm.
As the author of, do you get what I mean? So
Yeah.
you want to hit the power, but like you want to slap that line in the face, and then you come with as the author of, and I promise to reveal the hidden parts. I'm still
Yeah. Okay.
through listening to that as well. So similarly to Adina, I know it's counseling, but what makes you different from other
Hmm.
counselors?
Okay.
So I would use examples. So you've gone, the great examples you've used, consistently misrepresenting yourself, forms of self-sabotaging, people pleasing. Those terms are quite often used in the realm of everywhere.
Yeah.
But if you would have said, you keep saying yes to people when really you should say no, even though it's an example of people pleasing, it hits me more than the word people pleasing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
I'm
with you.
saying. So
Yeah.
when you work with me, you're going to make your yes be yes and your no be no.
Mm.
Working with me, you're going to command the room when you step in there. You're tired of not getting jobs because you're acting shy when you go in the room. When you work with me, employers will be coming to bite your hand off because your confidence and boldness are going to stand. Do you get what I mean? So rather than just using the words that everybody knows, it's
Yeah.
drag an example of that and drag that example out. So it would have been the trauma your mother didn't heal from, she's passed it on to you. That's why you can't get a job.
Mm.
That's why every relationship you're in ends in divorce, right? So now you're bringing the slap and you're bringing it into their tangible life. Work with me so you can actually stay in a relationship and maintain that partnership. Work with me so we can destroy once and for all the mother wounds that's been passed down to you. Now, like you see how you hammered it, but I'm a drill it, I'm a bang that thing. Do you get it? So that's the kind of boldness and confidence that I need you to step out the blocks with this. I don't want
Yeah.
you to sound like those other therapists. You gotta come out the blocks, you gotta come out heavy. See what I'm saying?
Mm.
But
Yes.
beautiful. I just want more of that. I need you to stretch it out. I want you to drag that out more.
Yeah.
But I loved the quarterly bonus, 12 sessions, 20%. I mean, you don't even need all that. By the
Yeah.
time you deliver the killer blow is what do I get when I come to you? When I
Mm.
come to you, I'm gonna be able to walk into any boardroom and claim that job. I'm gonna be able to walk into any bank and get that loan. I'm gonna be able to start a business and boldly be the CEO that do you get what I mean? So give me the dream. Tell me what
Yeah.
the dream
Yeah.
is. And
Yes.
let's take away some of the word. You can talk about people pleasing without saying people pleasing.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so
Absolutely. Excellent. Love that. Thank you. Thank you, Sim. Give it up for Simone. Who's next?
That will be me.
Jackie Hay.
Hello, Jackie.
Let's get it, Jackie H. What
Thank you.
which one are you on? Which
Right, so I'm doing scenario 1, which is launching a new product or business.
Okay, just bear with me. And your time starts now, Jax.
Good evening, ladies. Nikki, lovely to see you. If growing your business makes you hesitate, overthink, shy away, so you avoid showing up, ladies, please hear this. You're not behind. There's nothing wrong with you, and you are not failing. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Jackie Hall. I'm business coach and sales strategist. And I created Glow Through It All because too many of us, too many capable women are doubting themselves. When the problem isn't them, it's actually that selling isn't something that's taught at school or we're taught growing up. Many of us have incredible ideas, valuable services, and real potential, yet selling our product or service offering still feels uncomfortable. And that's not because we aren't capable, but because we've never been shown how to sell it in a way that feels like us, comfortable and calm and real. And believe me, I know personally, because there was a point, I knew I was good at what I did, but I struggled to secure the meetings and hesitated before the conversations and second guessed my prices. And heaven knows I've walked away from so many opportunities, literally slipped through my fingers because I didn't think I was capable. Well, I decided no more. Everything changed when I stopped trying to be louder, stopped trying to imitate someone else, and I saw myself in meetings be more vulnerable, more vocal, more clear. And to be honest with you, it needed to happen because at home, my ends weren't meeting. I don't know if you know what I mean by that. My outgoings was far more than my incoming. And by earning and achieving the bonus and that bigger salary, everything would have changed. And it did because I removed the confusion, the noise, and the clutter. And just to give you an example of what resulted with when I did that, the results was I grew my business from 89K to shy of 1.2 million in just over a year. So that was September 2024 to October 2025. And that growth didn't come from working longer hours or being pushing and being what I wasn't. It came from being clear, consistent, and learning how to communicate the value well enough. And guess what? That's exactly what I've got to show women to do now. So, Glue Through It All is for the woman who already has a product or service, but still finds themselves second guessing the price, the post, or perhaps that sales conversation. And I offer two ways of working with me. One is where we work closely together, step by step, using tried and tested strategies to build confidence, clarity, and momentum. The second is if you have an offering, which is a high ticket service offering, I'll actually come in and support you by selling your product or service for you. So, what makes Glow Through It All different? Simple. We don't force confidence. We don't push personality shifts. We don't sell in a way that's uncomfortable. We build confidence, clarity, and you're not changing who you are. It's about working to your strengths in how you show up and just having that confidence to do what you need to do. So to celebrate this launch, I'm offering opportunity, not one, not two, but a 3 hour session. So this is part of a package that I'm offering, plus a business audit, plus a one-to-one guide where we can remove the confusion and build clarity. So
Time.
instead of thinking, you've got this.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give it up for Jackie Hay.
Thank you.
Give it up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Love that, Jax. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go through mine in a bit. But how do you feel? What you feel like you did well, and anything you feel like you could have done to make it better?
I found, I mean, I don't know for yourself, so I'd have to receive your feedback, but I felt as if I was starting to slow down. Um, and I was working to a 4 minute time, not a 3 minute time, Nikki. So no excuses.
4 minutes. That was 4 minutes.
Oh, wow. So I had actually slowed down. So I felt as if I was slow. I was conscious that I can talk quite quickly and quite swiftly. So I was consciously slowing my pace down, but clearly I slowed it down a tad bit too much. And the fact, as you can hear, my voice is still not
Let
100%
me
as
ask
well.
the question again. What do you
Yeah.
think you did well?
I think I did well, and there's areas and room to polish and to sharpen up.
No. What parts of it do you think you did well?
In terms of getting what it is I have to offer, who am I, and the credibility part in terms of, because my credibility and what it is that I'm offering, as in who is Jackie Hall.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And do we have one person who can give Jackie some feedback, what you feel like she did well and anything you think she could have done to improve?
I could appreciate that. Thanks.
And just go ahead and unmute yourself.
I can go. It's Adina.
Hello.
Hey Jackie. I really loved your speech. I really got what you were offering. So I had clarity on what you were offering, the credibility. I really loved how you spoke about the revenue and how you increased your business, because that kind of shows, yeah, you know what you're doing. As someone who is looking into high ticket offers as well, I really enjoyed what you were saying about being able to sell for me if I wanted to, but also how I can do that for myself. So those are really good on what you did. I did notice that you did slow down halfway through, and I think I just wanted to be able to get, okay, how can I get to you? And I think that's what you missed in the timing. But aside from that, really good.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for that, Adina. Let me just go through my notes. Power lines. So many of us have great ideas, and then you ended that sentence with, and selling still feels uncomfortable. And it's not that you're failing. And I like that because it's almost like a reassurance that there's nothing wrong with you. Selling isn't taught at school, I think is the line that you said. And I think most people would feel reassured, like, okay, it's not only me that feels this apprehensiveness around selling. I knew I was good at what I did, but still second guess myself. Again, those things speak to a lot of people who are in a similar situation. And then you said a classic line, which you said, but I decided no more. Those 4 words are a transition for the solution. Okay. I decided no more. Then should lead to, so glow through it all. So that's where I want to see a smoother transition. And I think that's where you then said about the results. And then you went into clear consistency and confidence. So I think one of the powerful things about what you do is when people get to it and hear it, it makes sense. I either teach you to sell or I come in and sell for you. Anyone in their mind who sells something either wants to be a better seller or they want someone to sell for them. There are no other options. So it is a powerful product that you have, but it just took us so long to get there. And you ran out of time. And the reason why you ran out of time, because I counted, you said the word clear and consistency about 8 times. So for you, it's stripping it back and getting to the meat and potatoes quicker so we can get to the juice. Because the juice is glow through it all helps you in 2 ways. 1, I teach you to sell. 2, I sell for you. Right? So the clarity piece, fantastic. 89K to 1.2 million. Love that. Absolutely think that was, again, like I've said for some of the others, the numbers, big numbers, do stuff to our brains. You know, when we hear that big number, I'm like, okay, if she's done that before, she can do it again. But again, that number took too long to come out. I would have started with that. I'd have been like, mate, can you believe this girl that was scared to sell grew from 89K to 1.2 million in a year. And let me tell you how, because selling ain't taught at school. I used to be scared to sell. I used to be scared to do this. I used to get anxiety to do this. And I knew I was good. And for some reason, I kept second guessing myself. Everything, including pricing. And I didn't think I was capable. But then I decided no more. And that's where Glow Through It All came. Products, two types. One, I sell for you. Two, I sell with you. Teach you how to sell. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's almost like for you, you've got to bullet point in your head so you don't over talk, because your product is enough. Like your product is so enough. Like I can tell you this facts. Every single person on this call wants to know how to sell more or would love somebody to come in and sell for them. No overselling needed. That's one of the things. Like less for you, less is more. Less words. Too many
Do you
words.
know something, Nikki? Thank you so much for that feedback. I love that. No, I love that. Thank you.
Too many words. Your appearance, by the way, you look confident. You look like somebody I'd buy from. You look like you know stuff. I don't know if it's the glasses or the smile or what, but you do look like you know stuff. You look like somebody that could sell something. So the appearance, the body language, all of that was fine. I would say if you are recording something and it's just an aesthetic thing, is that ring light in your glasses is doing my nutting.
I know.
And it's almost like you got with the ring light glasses thing, because I'm a glasses girl. You almost have to know the angle to avoid the ring light from touching your specs. Because sometimes I will have a head here. But I feel like your body language was amazing as well. So yeah, well done for that. Well done for that. Excellent. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. All right. Who was next? We're going to do one more and we are going to carry this on next week. So everyone will get their time. So I don't think you can hide. Who was next?
Sherry.
Is that you, Sherry? Sherry?
Yes.
Where is Sherry? Sherry? Add spotlight.
Hello.
Excellent, excellent. Sherry, what scenario did you choose, my love?
I chose scenario 2.
Okay, let me just have a look. Scenario 2. Relaunch after struggle or silence. All right. So your time starts now.
Hi everyone, my name is Sherry Vendaya. I'm an artist, singer, songwriter, and former lead singer and songwriter for my pop band Made in London, where we were at the heights in the early noughties and had a top 20 hit. I toured with the likes of Spice Girls, Craig David, All Saints, S Club 7, to name a few. I've opened up for the huge movie by George Clooney called The Perfect Storm in LA. I'm also known for hosting large events, concerts, sports events, and I have parts in TV and film. Some haven't even come out yet, but one of them is the tongue-in-cheek comedy movie Faken, where I was alongside Peter Andre. But through this journey that I've had, I've always felt that I was missing something, or things would happen, but then something would stop it from going any further. And I felt, although I was still present, Sherry Vendaya, was slowly disappearing. But there are seasons where we may not really disappear. It's all about we align or realign. And for a while, I was quiet inside, not to anyone else, but to me. Not because I felt I had nothing to give, but because I refused to offer anything that wasn't rooted and healed and true. And my challenge was at the start of my professional musical journey. So before Made in London, I had a whole, music career from the age of 15 years old. But going through this time, I went through things that no one my age should have gone through. And that's when it became the start of a life filled of challenges. And like many of you, I walked through pressure, disappointment, and moments where I needed to confront what wasn't working spiritually, mentally, and physically. But when life is lifing, we choose to rush past that season because real growth doesn't happen when we're moving and we're doing stuff and in performance mode. It actually happens in acknowledgement mode. And in this season, God didn't just restore me, he realigned me. I stopped chasing output and started rebuilding from my alignment. Spirit first, then my mind, then my body, and everything else followed. And this is how I created Align and Rise. This was not created from ambition, it was born from obedience and my own life. Align and Rise is a 7-week faith-led alignment journey designed for women and men who are tired of starting over and ready to rise from a rooted place. Each week, we will focus on one core area, spiritual alignment being the first, and then it will go on. This isn't about motivation, it's about transformation with structure. There's also daily reflections as well as a personal AI version of myself for any FAQs. And there'll be a section where there's daily 15-minute refresh on mind and body for, exercise that you can do at your desk at home or with or without tranquil music. If you feel that you want to do more, there's also a consultancy company that I work with to help you level up if you want to level up on your education. But I would love for you to join me in this season. Align and Arise is for women and men who are ready to recommit, rebuild, and rise steadily, faithfully, and without burning out. I would be honored for you to walk on this journey with me.
Let's go. 3 minutes and 47. Thank you, Sherry. You're smiling. You look like you're smiling because you're relieved. What you did it. Okay, what do you think went well? What do you think? Are there anything that you think you could have done to make it better?
I feel like I was being myself, but I also feel like
No. What do you think went well?
Oh yeah, why do we always do this? Yeah, so I feel like I was being myself and I was talking from a truthful place and just trying to connect with my audience. So that's what I feel went well.
Anything else you feel like you went well?
I don't know, maybe telling my story and what it is that I have to offer.
Okay. And anything you feel like you need to get better at?
Yes. So just for me to be more comfortable in the timing because I was timing myself on this end too. And I felt like, oh gosh, I need to get everything in. And then I kind of felt like I was flowing well, but maybe I could have taken a bit more time at the beginning and then I was trying to slow down at the end, but then I was like, okay, the time's going, let me leave out that, let me leave out this. And yeah, just a bit more practice because I'm not making no excuses as to why I haven't practiced more. But yeah, life has been life in.
Okay, thank you. And who hasn't given any feedback yet? Who would like to give feedback to Sherry? What you feel like she has done well and anything you feel like she could have done to improve?
Can I go?
Who's that?
This is Fiona.
Hey, Fiona, go for it.
Hi, I'm Sherry. I was engaged. I love the passion. When you're speaking, you could see that you're really coming from a deep place. You could see your experience has not made you bitter, but it has breathed like birthed a line and a rise. Like I have come to realize I went through this. This is a purpose. God has used this. So now I can use me to be a blessing to others. And so the passion was flowing, and I love that. I could see a little bit of nervousness because I saw how much you were gesticulating and trying to, and as you say, you're timing yourself. I think you put a little bit much focus on that. And so that made you like a little bit more nervous. But it was great. It was very captivating.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yes, so I loved the Align and Arise, the AA theme. Anytime you use letters in a row, it kind of has that power behind it. So that stood out for me hearing that. I think you're opening. Usually, I tell people to open with a story instead of their credibility, but your credibility is so loud that it worked. So you mentioned all these, like the celebrity name drop, the Peter Andre, the this, the that. It was like, okay, this person actually has sang on, different stages and blah, blah, blah. So the credibility part was loud. And I actually loved that. It was powerful. And then you switched from that to talk about pressures and disappointment. From 15 years old, you've been in the music industry. And again, painting that story of credibility, but also when you hear someone's been doing something from such a young age, you also lean to trust them as well. So I feel like that was very powerful points to drop: TV, film, your credibility. Uh, then you were very clear on what it was that you were offering: a 7-week faith-led alignment journey. And each week you're focusing on spiritual alignment. Okay, so I love the clarity pieces in what you were saying. Very, very clear.
I think I may have misled people. That was the first week of spiritual alignment, and then it goes on to
Right.
different things.
Yeah.
So
Hold
yeah,
up. Hold up. So, so where you lost me was when you went into the ChatGPT coach. So this isn't motivation, but this is about transformation. Like the moment you start reciting ChatGPT jargon, I'm gone. I'm off. I'm off. I literally was like, what? You
Okay.
from a powerful story talking from the heart
Yeah.
to then reeling off this ChatGPT junk. And
Yeah.
I'm saying this because your story is enough.
Yeah.
You didn't need the ChatGPT stuff that you started reading afterwards. It weren't needed. Yeah. And where the juxtaposition between being a celebrity and going through like pressure, disappointment, that is enough. Like I would have wanted you to just stay there a bit. And similarly to, I think it was Simone, words are not enough. I need an image in my mind. So you said pressure, disappointment, but I didn't get, it's almost like you wanted to rush past that part, and the descriptive parts that's going to paint this story in my mind disappeared
Yeah.
because we went straight into that GBT stuff.
Yeah.
And it was almost like, yo, stay there a bit. You ran through it so far. Sometimes that's a sign that there's unhealed stuff and that maybe there's things there. But if you're going to mention it, you got to go with it. You got to bring, even if it's 1 point. What's 1 point of your trauma that you're happy for people to know? Just give me 1 point.
About what I've been through.
Yeah.
Going through molestation at 15 years old.
All right. But
Yeah.
you didn't say that.
Yeah.
Now I connect with you more because of that one
Yeah.
sentence than you saying pressure and disappointment. That wasn't pressure and disappointment. That was molestation at 50. If you'd have said that and just stuck there, people see the Sherry now, the one that's with the Peter Andres on stage with all these people, but they don't know that the 15-year-old me went through molestation, etc., etc. Do you get what I mean? Because if
Yeah.
you're gonna go there with the story, you got to go there. If it's something that you don't want to share, then we don't go there. But you can't do that type of thing and not be authentic with it. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's almost like, and I could tell because you changed from saying I to we. You start
Yes.
telling your story and you like, we, no, this is about I. you know so
Yes.
it's important that if you're going to go there, your story is powerful, don't run from it, sit in it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the ChatGPT, don't worry about getting perfect words, just tell the story. It's perfect as it doesn't need to be ChatGPTized, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Do you get
I think when I started talking about, what we focus on, and I mentioned spiritual alignment being the first, what I probably should have done is gone on to mention the other things, because it probably would have like the next part was recognizing negativity, defining positive, the positive side of things.
Yeah, but
And obviously, yeah,
that's all to do with the Align and Rise program, which
yeah.
is the what's next steps. But we're not
But
going to
for
get
me,
there.
no,
We're
I
going to
hear
shut
you.
down if we don't get
Yeah,
the new part at the beginning. Because remember, people are scrolling past real quick.
yeah,
They won't get there yet. So
yeah,
we've got to make sure that that part holds them enough to even get to what is to be expected. And even at the end, you're not going to go into the whole program. You're going to say it starts with spiritual alignment and we lead into
yeah,
boom, 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 boom. Real quick, that just needs a 2 sentence line. It's not going into it too deep.
yeah.
But and this is for everyone on the call. My ears know what ChatGPT sound like.
Mm.
This isn't about, and I did the whole reel today. So the ChatGPT lines, people, it will destroy your credibility. They won't buy from you because they all know what ChatGPT sounds like. It's
Mm.
better just to talk from the heart than it is to want to sound perfect or want to have it in an order and then come across like ChatGPT. Up until the ChatGPT part, banging. I would have just turned a little bit with the story, just stretched it
Yeah.
out. Also as well, you always look the part. You are on point all day, every day. Your look, I love the black and white. I love obviously your hair to one side, the smile. The background cuts half your head off at times. I don't know if you know that.
Gosh. Yes,
But,
yeah,
so it's
yeah.
being mindful of the blurry background.
Yeah, no, I plan to do this in a whole office environment. So this
No,
was
no,
just
no. This is not a practice. This is real. You have customers on the call right now. This is not practice.
yes.
This is real. There are potential people on this call right now that would be booking onto your calls.
Mm.
There's never a practice. We're always on show. We're always on every day. You see what I'm saying? But overall, loved it. Absolutely loved it. And you should be proud of yourself as well. Well done. Give it up for
Thank you.
Sherry
Thank you.
people.
Thank
Really,
you.
really loved hearing that
Thank
as well. So let me see who else we have. Lower hand. Let me just check. Okay, so Thursday. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is everybody else, you will be up next week, Tuesday. Okay. A bit of a cheat code because it means that you get to perfect yours that little bit more. So you can thank your comrades here for being the first half of I won't call you out guinea pigs, to let them know the process and the practice. But we are going to keep pressing from next week, Tuesday. Now, I want to give you something so that you're going to be working on this from now until next week, Tuesday, and ongoing. How are we all feeling, first of all? Let me just see. Those of you that have not done yours yet, if you can unmute and just let me know what's on your brain right now. How are you feeling? Barbara, unmute for me. Haven't heard your voice today. She's like, is that me? Yes, it's you, Barbara.
Good evening, everyone. Hi.
Good evening. Sergeant Nicky
Hi.
talking to you.
I can tell.
How are you feeling?
Not bad, actually. Hearing the other ladies speak, no, I've enjoyed hearing, know what I need to do. Some of them has made me quite emotional, because I can truly relate. And I must apologize for my voice, which I must say is that my nephew was killed last June, and the trauma has impacted on my voice. So I'm trying to work on that because then it makes it sound like I'm going to burst out crying, you know? So sometimes I'm speaking to parents or speaking to people, and then suddenly my voice just goes into that trauma. So, yeah, so I thought I'd explain, just in case you think that I'm going to burst out, but tonight, no.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing as well. And I'm looking forward to hearing your your speech. I feel like it will be very, very powerful. So thank you for sharing that. It's really, thank you, Barbara. Lovely to have you on as well.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, thank you. Who else haven't I heard from today? Simone, Andrea, Coral.
Should I go first?
Go for it.
Go on.
Simone?
Oh, okay. Hi, yeah. It was good to hear everyone's speeches, and I know what I need to do to perfect mine. As it was getting closer and closer, the butterflies was I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'll get it right. But yeah, I'm looking forward to delivering my speech next week. Yeah, I just need to tweak and perfect it a bit more. So thank you, ladies, for showing me what I do need to do and what I haven't done already. Yeah, forward to you.
Bless you, Sim.
She's so honest.
I'm looking forward to right. I'm looking forward to hearing yours as well. And y'all will be marked slightly harder because you've had a head start and you've had an extension of Miss Andrea, talk to me. How you feeling? Looking cute in that pink blazer, I must say. Love it, love it.
Thank you. I'd so geared myself up to do today. I really had. I was thinking, feel the fear, but do it anyway. Yes. And whatever I need to do, just get the job done. But it's good evening, everyone. Doing back to front. But it's been amazing just hearing everyone pitching their ideas, their businesses. And I am in awe. There's so many gifted and talented people on this platform. It's amazing. Well done. Yes. And I don't think we celebrate and appreciate each other enough for that. There's so much. I'm just thinking I can write a UK Black Pages for women. Just going through, do you want this? A directory. You want this person, this person. And just from this call, it's been amazing. Well done, everyone. I'm looking forward to doing mine, but I sort of got it sorted. And I thought, okay, now I need to get the timing down because you are on the timing. And I think I was 2 seconds over and I thought, okay. Yes. So I need to cut it down and shave it quite a bit. But thank you very much because it's actually pushed me quite a bit. And I was even able to put a link in today. So I was so happy with that. Yes. So it started. 2026 is definitely for scaling.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Coral, how are you feeling?
I'm just feeling excited. It's quite a shame actually that there wasn't any more time, but I'm excited by it because it's really amazing to see so many women like what they've actually achieved. So you're knowing that I can do it too. I can do it. I can do this. So I'm ashamed I couldn't do it today, but I'll be ready even better thanks to you ladies next week.
Yeah. Looking forward to hearing yours as well, Coral. Anybody else? Did anyone else who I haven't heard from today? Anybody else haven't heard from today? Who would like to introduce themselves?
Yes, hi.
Hey, Debbie. Welcome to
Hello.
Scale.
Oh yeah, hi everyone. Oh gosh. Okay. So listening to everyone, I was like, oh my God, I don't have a business. They seem very professional, already established. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna talk myself out of this. I did put something together, and this is the biggest challenge of my life. I do this off the grid. I don't like showing my face, but what I'm about to say to people is exactly, I'm the first partaker of my message because you have a voice, and if you're not visible, no one's gonna know what message you have to share. So, this is the biggest thing for me, and
Wow.
I have to break the pattern. No more excuses. So I could go on and say, I don't have a business, but I'm gonna create a business. So I chose to create to launch a community. I already have, the ideation, the curriculum, everything. It's just the doing. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I don't have a community, no proofs, no, but then it would come.
It
So
it will.
I'm glad to be in the midst of powerful women, and it's gonna keep me on my toes.
Yes.
And I was saying the fear of Nikki is the beginning of wisdom. As I was doing my own work, I was so like, oh my gosh, I'll be in trouble. I honestly, my voice is clearing up. I've been unwell the last 3 days, but I was so afraid of Nikki that I just had to do something. I'm like, I'll do something, even if it's not what it should be, but that's just what I know to do. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I can't wait for your speech, Debbie. I think we're all waiting for the speech now. And just thank you. Thank you for fighting for yourself. As you said, you have had enough of just playing it small now and force yourself out of your comfort zone. And I think that's the power of making a decision. You've made a decision to scale, and from today, you will have a business. And so here's the homework for you all, your second assignment. Okay, so get ready for it. And there will be another assignment put inside the community as well. So this is your mentorship assignment, separate from your assignment alerts that you will get as well. So, assignment number 1 is for you to register. If you haven't, I know some of you are mentor already, so you should have done this. I've seen some of you already have the links. I want you to register on Stripe. Okay, register on Stripe. This is where you're going to collect your payments, and you are going to create a payment link for the product that you are going to be selling here inside the bootcamp. So even if you already have products already, or you're doing your first product, you need to go into Stripe and create not just one link, but you want 3 links. Okay. You want one link that is going to be a product for let me just make sure I've got my numbers right. You'll have one link, that's it, that will be a product for under £50. Okay. That could also that could be anything of your choice. Okay. So a link to a product that's under £50. If you already have one, you do not need to create one. Okay. But this must be specific to what you are ready to push inside this Scale Bootcamp, right? So something £50 or less, okay? Then you're going to have a second link, and that second link is going to be under £1,000, okay? Now, ideas for that could be you know, £200, £500, £100, any amount above £50, under £1,000. And that could be a bundle. It could be sessions with you. It could be a physical product. It could be a combination of products. Whatever you want to put under £1,000, above £50, that's the second link that you will have. And then you're going to have a third link, which is your £10,000 offer. Okay. And all you have to do at this moment in time, okay, is to create those links with a title on Stripe, okay, so that you have those links so somebody could pay for them. Okay, now just in case you don't know about Stripe, Stripe is a free platform where you can collect money from. Okay, STRIPE, Stripe. You don't need a website, you don't need a funnel, you don't need anything other than that link. And you can create that link on the website in you know, in your business name or in your name, and you can connect your bank card to it, and the money just goes onto your card. It is simple. You can do it in 3 minutes. It's really quick. And you're able to do that so that you can collect payments. If you have a different payment provider that you use, absolutely you can do that. For me, Stripe is just the easiest because you don't need ID, you don't need to faff about with things. But if you have a different payment provider, then of course you can do it. The key is having 3 links that people can pay you for the products that you're going to be pushing in Scale. Okay, so it is under £50. It's also international as well. Yes, under £50, under £1,000, and then a £10,000 offer. If your high ticket offer is, and we got to be careful because we don't call it high ticket offers to our customers, it's high value offer, right? So if that offer is more than 10,000, then you can have a 20,000 or 30,000, but it's got to be minimum 10,000. Okay. And then you have those 3 links, and those 3 links, I will ask you to post those links inside the AA section. You will see a new post, and that post will say offers, and you're going to post those links all together on this post. Okay, and I will, so you can think about it. You'll have until the end of this week to post those links. Okay, that will be the deadline for this assignment. Can you see my screen? Hopefully you'll be able to see my screen. All right. This is your assignment 2. And if you can post it all in one message, not 3 separate, that would be great. And you'll see that inside the community. So right underneath in the message section, if you can just like it and then write your comment here. Here are my 3 links. £50, whatever it is, £800, whatever it is, 10K. And then after each one, you just put the links there. Make sense? Are we all clear on that? Okay, so I've posted that. You can pop that inside there once you have all 3 of them. And you could even put a brief description if you know. If you don't know yet and it's not packaged out yet, that's fine, because we are going to do a session on the treatments, remember? And the treatments will be helping you to fill out that offer. So even if you don't know what it is yet, even if you're not clear, just create the links and then we will package those out together on the session. Now it may be, oops, let me stop sharing. That we'll get to a place where you may want to change the name, and if it's Stripe, it's easy, you can edit the name. So don't get caught up too much about names and all of that, because once we pull it out, we'll be able to edit and change things. But the key is to have the pricing there so you are ready to sell. Okay, that is your first your AA assignment from this. Your second assignment is to make a decision on which platform you're going to be sharing what you're doing. Platform stroke platforms. My two key platforms are Instagram, connected to Facebook, but also WhatsApp. Okay, so I share everything on Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. If you're not on any social media, just pick one, okay, or two, because you're going to post it on two at the same time. If you've already got one or you've got a few, just pick the one that you're going to really focus on during this boot camp. If you're able to manage all three, because maybe you have connectors, then that's great. But if you haven't already got a social media, this is where your task will be to open one and to focus on that one. If you haven't got any at the moment, then my advice is Instagram, because that's where everyone is and that's where we can get a lot of engagement, and also your WhatsApp. Okay, so that will be number two. Now, once you've got your Instagram page or your Facebook page, then inside the community, you will see here Instagram handle. All right. Okay, and this is where we all are going to follow each other. Follow 5 people from the comments list. All right, at least 5. If you can do more, that's great. That will help the algorithms. So for example, you might see me here. Now I'm going to go on my Instagram page. And just to make it easier, and this is a tip that I share with everyone, because I want to make it easier for people, I'm going to share the link rather than just typing. Hold up. I just realized I'm on a different Instagram account. Okay. If I go here and I type rebuild community, because I'm doing it from my laptop, and I've got this chat box in the way. Did I just unfollow myself? I don't know what I did.
Nix, you just had it. Copy the link. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the chat box was in the way. That's what it was. Okay, so I'm going to put here rebuild community. And then what's going on here? There we go. And I am Nikki Sutherland. So I put personal, business page. Technically they're both one's my speakers page and one's my company page. I don't actually have a personal Instagram page because I don't think I actually need one. So I've put that there. So number 2, watch your Instagram handle and follow 5 people from the comments list. And you can put that in here. Also as well, check out the assignment alert section because you will see your next assignment coming through there very, very shortly. Okay, so with that being said, I hope and I pray that you are clear, capable, and motivated to be able to move forward this week with what it is that God has called you to do. Now, bearing in mind, people, just going to show you real quick, just one more time, okay, so that we remember that we've made a decision to scale. And there's going to be things that come up in your mind this week, all right? There's going to be things, and I want you to use the tools that are coming up here to help yourself away from procrastination, not getting done what needs to get done, talking yourself out of it, but actually saying to yourself, do you know what? In order for success, got to make sure I'm clear, got to make sure I'm motivated, got to make sure I'm capable. What am I going to do to make sure I'm capable? I'm going to look at the symptoms, I'm going to diagnose, I'm going to look at the treatment, I'm going to make sure I keep following up. Okay, this is accountability. Next week, you're going to have a joint team assignment. Okay, and this assignment is not going to be it is not going to be individual. You're going to have to learn to work with other people. You know, this is another thing about it. You want to represent yourself well. Do you remember when you used to have football teams? Yeah, and people used to get picked last. You don't want to be the person that gets picked last because you kept quiet on the call and nobody could remember you, so you didn't get picked, right? Have a think about these things. It's time to get your personality out there. It's time to make friends outside of the boot camp. Follow other people's pages, start conversations. Yes, it's going to be the same time every week. Okay, same time every week. And you'll see the same link. We're not going to change the link just for ease purposes. All right. And we're going to make sure that each and every one of us are doing what needs to be done. Okay. The third and final piece of your assignment is to practice saying parts of your speech in natural conversation. Okay. And what I want you to do is in that natural conversation, drop in lines of your speech. Someone says, oh, how are you doing? You know, I'm doing really well. Last night I was on this call. Like, you've got to be able to snip it in. Start to put some of these things on your social media. Let people know that you're doing something different. Take screenshots, take pictures. All right. Also, I didn't say this at the beginning, but of course, these models are copywritten. So they're not for repurpose or reselling. But please, you know, let people know that there's a shift taking place. Start letting people know that I've got something coming soon. Start talking, and we'll get into more of that when it comes to sales. The last thing I said I was going to share with you today, okay, which I need to because it's going to impact your your minds for next week. And I will literally take 5 minutes of your time and then we'll end. Let's get a new whiteboard up. is the scale structure. Okay, so you ready for it? We're breaking this bad boy down like never before. So I know everybody knows that, we said strategy and all of that, but in this sense, the S stands for the big S word. Who can guess? Selling. Yes. S. Selling. We are going to practice selling. You got to sell ideas. You're going to be selling, your points of view is so important, right? To make sure that you get your mindset into a frame that it is okay to sell and you will be selling, right? C. Okay. Don't know why this board keeps on disappearing. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. See. Connect and close. Okay. Okay. You guys got that? Y? Is that Y as in yes, Audrey? Oh, was that Y as in why do we have to sell? I hope it's not why. Why do I have to sell? Okay, phew. I was going to turn Sergeant Nikki for a moment. Is that what do you mean? Why? We don't ask that question here. No, not really. Oh, good. It's been one of those days. I hope you've enjoyed spending time with me. Okay. AA. Announce your availability. Don't know why I started it like this. It's just awful. What I'm actually wanting to do, it's not working. I'm going to do it the long way. Alright. Listen and leverage. What do you guys think E stands for? Earn an income. You can't pass the class if you don't get to this part here. This is the pass mark, people. Earn. You like that word better? I would hope so. Right, take a screenshot. I'm going to be breaking down every single part of that. Of course, what we're doing right now is preparing ourselves for the selling, but this is all the preparation beforehand. Okay, so I'm looking forward to seeing you all. I mean, 7, 8, 9, 10, bloody hell, 3 hours of a boot camp. I hope you guys feel the value for your bucks, because I'm giving you guys everything, and we are going to get to the earn an income part of this. All right, I would love it if you can do a review of some sort or tag me in socials. Let me know that you have found this valuable, what you found valuable. from this session. Be as specific as you can. It definitely helps me to sell the next one. All right. But thank you. God bless you for your time. I hope you hear my heart. I'm not going to stop until we get this all the way up. So scale people, peace and love. Wish me luck tomorrow because I've got a netball game, first game back after the old jerk chicken and all of that. Get myself to bed early. All right. Mwah. Love you lots, people. Peace out.